back to ACS Today.
The theme for today's show is My Freedom Day and International Women's Day.
First off, we have Aisha and Ken's asking people what freedom means to them.
This is the question. What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom means being able to make choices.
Do what you want in a free society.
Freedom means like Abraham Lincoln. I think freedom is where you get to be free and nobody bothers you. You're just free, like you're running on dry sand. I think freedom means that you're free, and when somebody tells you, you really don't have to do it. I think freedom means that you're free to do anything you want to do.
I think for me, freedom is the responsibility or the ability to think for yourself and others.
Freedom means you can be an eagle. You soar as high as you want, and no one can stop you.
Freedom means that I get to be whoever I want to be and can expect that others will respect that.
Freedom to me means having your basic human rights.
Freedom to me is like a core essential element of our humanity, something we're born with, or at least we should be born with, and is innate to our humanity, and something we should all strive to have others have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now we've got moms talking about International Women's Day.
Welcome back to ACS Today. We're here with, what's your name?
Renda Zudi.
Nice to meet you, Renda. Here we have a few questions about moms and women in our lives. The first question is, why are moms so important to us? Obviously, everyone has their own answers, but we're interested to see what yours is.
Well, moms are so important because we are very nurturing and we're very compassionate, and we just we shape our kids, we shape our families, we can do anything that anyone can do. That's why
Moms have a very, very important role in a couple of key areas. One of the ones that's relevant here is, of course, education. Across the world, we do know that moms are very often the ones that are responsible for the education of children, and that's a key priority. One that I'm very familiar with from the global health world is health. So the health and well-being of families often falls on moms, and so that's a critical role for moms, really for our whole world, right, if you think about the ramifications of that. And then the third one that's personally important to me that has also been documented in the literature is that moms often play a very key role in the spiritual development of kids, and that can mean a religion. It can mean making sure that the whole family goes to whatever service that family goes to, but it can also be the sort of spiritual development that's around some of the things that are so important to us at ACS, like compassion and integrity. And I think of those three things as being critical aspects of what parenting, but particularly mothering, is all about.
Why is it so important to celebrate women in today's society?
Well, I think it's empowering to celebrate women that are taking care of the whole community, and I also think that you should always say thank you. It's important to give appreciation.
What do you think, Fatun?
Yeah, it's the same, to appreciate their hard work with us.
Awesome.
Well, I think one of the great things about evolution is that people realize that everyone fulfills certain roles in society, and sometimes we've placed a lot of emphasis on the person who goes out to a job and may bring in a paycheck, but there are a lot of other, particularly in family dynamics, that don't necessarily bring in a paycheck, but contribute enormously to the family. And I think that raising sort of awareness of the fact that women are able to help not only financially, but in other aspects, particularly in the family life, that without us, things just wouldn't happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My name is Sophia Schultz. I'm a senior here at ACS. And to me, freedom feels like liberation. It feels like there's nothing in the world you can't accomplish. To me, it looks like the ability to be who you are and express who you are. In my personal experience, that would be through art. I have a tendency to put a lot of myself into my art, and to me that's what freedom looks like, is the ability to express who I am. What can we do to give more freedom? I think it would be a perfect, like, utopias world if we could provide everybody with the ability to express their own selves through any medium that they can think of and that suits their personality. For some, that's through visual art. For some, that's through theater. I think the arts provide an outlet for freedom.
So freedom looks like, or it feels like, when sometimes you neglect freedom. It's almost, you notice it most when it's not there. I've lived in a variety of different societies, and really those, when you have like that feeling of not being able to do as you please, that's when you notice it most, is that when you take into account. It's not to say that you should have like a full amount of freedom. You need to take into account other people and really have that societal kind of outlook, but freedom is most noticed when it's not present. Freedom looks, what does it look like? What does freedom look like? Freedom is, takes its face in many forms. In terms of television production, it's the ability to report on a variety of different subjects and really making stories that are impactful and telling those stories. Really, society is story driven, and people really, they take to stories, and that's really how humans communicate the best. And being able to communicate in a variety of different ways is really integral to society. What we can do to give more freedom is allow people greater access, and you see this with technologies. Cell phones are just proliferating throughout society and throughout the world. We see people able to capture images and to share those out. It's going to be, in the year 2018, 1 trillion images will be shared on the internet. A trillion, and it's really, that has led to people being able to tell their stories, because images tell a story, and video allows you to really tell your story in depth. And I think just having the technology available is going to provide for people to really express themselves in a variety of different ways.
Hi, my name is Isabel, and I am an HO art student. Freedom feels like just being able to do whatever you want to do. In the terms of art, it just feels like being able to express your thoughts and emotions through, whether that be painting, drawing, or any sort of digital work. Freedom looks like, to me, it looks like bright colors and just being able to do and put onto paper or canvas what is special and meaningful to you, and what can we do to give more freedom? I guess encourage everyone to show their artistic or maybe not artistic abilities, whether that be someone who really enjoys math or drama, like theater, painting, singing, whatever that be, so that we can encourage and support everyone and they can express their emotions through that. Thanks.
Art is a great way to talk about an issue. Up next is Daniela's Freedom art piece.
I'm Daniela, and for my community activism project, I decided to do something with visual arts. I made this hand with a couple friends. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's going to be about like chained hands, and I'm going to put like this box, and it's going to say like shipping made for sale, and then they're going to be like coming out. It's based on Freedom Day and human trafficking. It's to represent like the importance of everybody and how like nobody should be treated that way. I wanted to basically in the kiosk area I'm gonna have like a visual arts like presentation. So like it's gonna be like a little art show. It's gonna like be displaying a bunch of different artists like from the IB art show and also a few of my own pieces, and they're gonna be showing how human trafficking affects other people and how it's like something that has been happening for so long is just increasing as time passes. And I think it's something really important that we should be aware of and that we should start like helping to change.
Now, we've got some middle school students reading their poem, Never Again.
These places have something in common. Can you guess it?
Mobile, Alabama.
New York City, New York.
Denison, Texas.
Seattle, Washington.
San Bernardino, California.
Marshall, Texas.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Maplewood, Minnesota.
No injuries.
No deaths. Can you guess it?
Italy, Texas.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oxon Hill, Maryland.
1 injury.
No deaths.
Can you guess it?
Los Angeles, California.
4 injuries.
No deaths.
Can you guess it?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
No injuries.
1 death.
Can you guess it?
Sierra Vista, Arizona.
St. John's, Michigan.
No injuries.
1 suicide.
Can you guess it? Benton, Kentucky.
17 injuries.
2 deaths.
Can you guess it? Parkland, Florida. 14 injuries, 17 deaths. You guessed it. They sat in school every day,
waiting for the day to end.
Just glancing at the clock.
feeling like time just stops and flows.
While their impatience grows.
And they wait to go home.
Never
again. They didn't hear him coming down the hallway.
They weren't prepared.
People never are.
He came in with a gun
that was bought across the street.
They hid under their seats.
Waiting
for someone to save them.
Never again.
This happens every day.
Every city.
Every state.
It's time we have it
our way.
We want change.
The school isn't your shooting range.
This won't happen
ever again.
Influential women are very important in our society. Let's talk about them.
So who's the most influential woman in your life?
My mother.
My mom.
Oh, my mother, absolutely, hands down.
The most influential woman in my life is Leek Martin. She's a soccer player and she pushes me to become a better soccer player.
That's a great question, and I would have to say that there isn't one most influential woman in my life. There have been multiple women who have been influential for various different reasons, whether they were due to their ability to follow through on something they believed in, whether it was through their energy, through their creativeness. There have been a multitude. I've been really lucky. I have a lot of women that have influenced me, but each one in a different way. And so that's kind of what I hope to someday be able to offer others.
I'm sure you do.
Now we have some other women to talk about. Why International Women's Day is important.
Hello ACS students, my name is Mawa Shahman and I am a business professional turned visual artist, an activist and a mother to two beautiful children who I am proudly raising to be feminists and who also happen to go to ACS. I believe that women play an integral part in any society as an instrument of social change. And I think that it is extremely important to highlight stories of powerful women who break stereotypes in order to give inspiration and strength and hope to the younger generation. I use the power of visuals to address social issues that are close to my heart in the hopes to inspire, to mobilize for action and make an impact. I remember growing up I had role models like Benazir Bhutto, a first woman Prime Minister of Pakistan. We have women like Oprah and Michelle Obama who are inspiring women to keep working towards equality and move. So I think it is extremely important to bring those positive role models forward. And that's what I did in my book, my first book that got published in 2016. It's called Women in Green and Beyond. It's a powerful visual narrative on Pakistan's women's cricket team that aims at initiating public discourse and reflections on women's empowerment and gender equality. And the idea is to highlight these women as heroes and role models for the next generation of girls who have paved way for the younger generation. In terms of the cultural changes that we need in our society to attain, I think it starts from your core, which is your home. What do your young girls believe about themselves? Do they really believe that they can achieve anything that they want? And what about the young boys? What about their perception about their own selves, and what about the perception about the other gender? Do they have any gender biases or gender role expectations from women? We need to check those at our very core. We need to involve men in our conversation. How do you build young kids' mindsets in developing their ideas about equality, about success, about gender role expectations? And I think once we are able to achieve these two things, we would be able to make a world where women and men can pursue their dreams equally. For my kids, I aspire to be a role model not only for my daughter but also for my son, so he also knows that women are strong, women have a voice, they have an integral part to play in a society, and he has realistic, unbiased, equal gender expectations when he grows up to be a man.
Well, obviously we pay their debts to bring them out of prison. We've been doing this since February 2010, and we've been running this project ever since. The project has helped, assisted 45,000 families. If we're averaging out a family to equal 5 individuals, then we've directly assisted 225,000 people, reuniting them with their families. Now, we don't just stop at that point, we also connect these individuals with job opportunities and make sure that they have a stable income to get back to their families. And this is our way of sustaining the project and making sure that they are reintegrated back into the community. The way this has been going is creating a more wholesome developmental intervention, and this is exactly what Masr al-Khair does, and it's the main goal of Masr al-Khair, which is developing the human being. We believe that in order to develop a community or to develop a human being, you have to intervene in their lives from 5 different angles, and these are Masr al-Khair's main 5 reasons.
Of course, they feel very thankful. It's the social impact, that the social return that this initiative has is quite significant and great. Imagine reuniting a family together after a long period of time. Imagine parents not unable to serve their children while they were probably in debt for that very reason. So they're very thankful, they're united with their families, their children are protected and their homes are protected, and in return the community is also protected. So it's a really, really great and impactful initiative.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on ACS Today.